Pick it up, just do that, bring it closer to you.
There you
There we go, how y'all doing, how y'all doing? Just getting the mic and everything together. Welcome everybody to the Gameroom podcast, the Gameroom podcast. We have everybody in the building, we have the NEVAH BLUFFIN family, and the NEVAH BLUFFIN DJ Hawk. Everybody get up for yourselves here.
All right.
There's a lot of us in the building, y'all just don't know we're in the building. And we got our special guest today in the building, Detroit, y'all. San Antonio's Chef Milas. Y'all give us Chef Milas.
Thank you for having me.
Man, it's a blessing to have you, man, and it's a blessing of what you do. But we're gonna get into that, man, and just want to know, it's a blessing to be in your presence here. And we always talked about it, so now we got you on the show because you got so much going on.
Yeah.
You're like a juggler. You just juggling everything, man, and trying to make sure don't nothing fall. But you know what I'm saying? You keep control of it, man. That's a good thing. But it's good to have you here, Chef Milas. It really is. It really is. So tell us things about Chef Milas. Where you from?
I'm from San Antonio, Texas, east side. Born and raised. Oh man, what don't some that don't know about me? Hell, I don't know. That's a question because,
Yeah. Okay. Well, what got you? Okay. Well, what side of San Antonio are you from?
East side.
Okay. East side of San Antonio. What
East
high school you go to?
Went to which one? Sam Houston, Bradley.
And Sam, which one you go to? Sam Houston?
Navarro.
Which one you go to?
All four of them.
He said he went to all four. You want to go to the other school next week? This ain't working at that. You gotta go, baby. You just gotta go wild. Who says we gotta go, baby? So, tell us a little bit about your life. We got, into cooking and things like that, and what you enjoy doing, what, inspire you to be who you are today. What give you the inspiration to be who you are today?
Man, I was just telling somebody the other day, when you have a piece of fruit, like a watermelon, let's just say example of watermelon, and in order for more watermelon to produce, you gotta take the seed. Now, once you remove the seed away from the watermelon, is that seed, are you removing it from its natural form? No, it's still a watermelon, right? When you push that watermelon into the soil, a lot of us, we talk about, when you plant the seed and pour water on it, it's gonna grow. Well, you forget that when that seed first has to get the water, no telling how long it's gonna get to the seed, the water to the seed. Then once the seed has the water, you have to have the right type of temperature, right? Or it gotta be in season or whatever it is. The soil gotta be right. Everything gotta be working for the good of the seed. Then the seed has to tell itself it's time to break open. That's the first process, the breaking open part, to come into the reality that it's time to go. Or it's time to change, it's time to evolve into my own personal self, you know what I'm saying? And then this is where a lot of individuals, they make it sound so good. And when you growing through the soil, you got the ants, you got the caterpillars, you got the worm, you got everything growing, you steady trying to, and then you got the elements, you got the floods, you got everything that the seed has to go through just to get to break ground.
I see what you're saying.
You have to build the strength and endurance. That's why they say when you see a cocoon from a caterpillar, don't mess with it, because the wings has to strengthen itself to become a successful butterfly.
Oh, okay.
And so when people ask me about my life, you know what I'm saying, they ask me about the chef world. They ask me about Milas Williams, but a lot of people don't get in depth with the little Eli part. You know what I'm saying? The who was I before, because that's who I was. That's who I was before manifested who I am today. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I had to go through that to.
Yeah, that's
to
why I asked you
today.
that what started you. Where did you come from? Because you were talking about that situation where, like the seed. So what you're saying is that seed had to go through a lot of struggle before, even before it got watered, because some days it's still gonna be dry and they're gonna want some water.
Yeah.
But it's at the same time it's still growing. And it's still prospering because it's never given up. So all the struggles and turmoil that it's going through, it's still wounding through this soil that's helping them to grow. So I understand what you're saying, bro.
So just, my life, it wasn't all bad, but it damn sure wasn't all good. You know what I'm saying? I went through, just seeing the genocidal means of the epidemic that plagued the city's east side, you know. The bad, I grew up in an era where you had, I don't know if a lot of people from San Antonio remember the east side rapist area. You know what I'm saying? When he was walking the Sierra, you know, I was in that area. I was in the area where my own cousin and my uncle was involved in was shot, you know, in the Sam Houston shooting. You know what I'm saying? That was my uncle and my cousin. And just seeing those things growing up, you know, seeing the different, going in depth with the East Side history. When the Jamaicans came down here and people from the East Side ran them out, you know what I'm saying? The Sonny Mitchell era. You know, I was young seeing all this, you know what I'm saying? Between the East Terrace, the Rigsby, the New Life Village area, you know, and as a youngster, I'm just seeing that this was normal, you know. Then when you got a mother, you know what I'm saying, that's impressing knowledge on you as far as put your head in the book, you know, the most profound statement. And we all, a lot of us in our generation have heard it. If you ever want to hide something from somebody, you know what I'm saying, especially a black person, put it in a book.
Yeah, you know, and you said, man, you say that, my grandfather told me that when I was like 9. Honest God, truth, I walk in the house, and that's how I just moved to Mississippi. I was there like 2.5 years already. So I walk in the house, and they had all these encyclopedias. And as I talk to you, I'm big on lots because I see it. So they had all these encyclopedias. You remember encyclopedias, you come through and you say encyclopedia. So one day I catch my grandfather, he had the book open. He was reading a little bit, and he was over my uncle's picture who was locked up in San Quentin. He's still in there for 53 years. So as I walk in, he had the money sitting there, he looking, he reading something. I said, Granddad, he said, what? I said, what you reading? He said, ain't your mind, boy, ain't your mind. He took the money, put it in a clip, and put it in there. Then I said, what are you doing? I said, you put money in there. He said, boy. I said, your mama said you put the money in the bank. He said, you know I don't listen to your mama. I said, sir, he said, no, I don't listen to your mama. He said, because I'm tell you something. If somebody break in his house, he said, the first thing they gonna go for, the TV and that stereo. He said, ain't gonna go for the books, because niggas don't read.
Yeah. Straight up.
He said it just like that.
Yeah, straight up. And I
That's
remember,
crazy.
you know, when you said that he was reading, that was one of the things that my mom, you know, she was real big on, you know, with the different cultural backgrounds and stuff. Like she like know yourself, you know what I'm saying, and read. You know, a lot of what I experienced now in life, manifest now in life, came from that seed form, that seed process in my life. You know what I'm saying? My mom, and of course we come from a big family. Unity, what family really is, you know, you gonna see, you learn everything in family. You learn what betrayal is, you know, you learn what love is, you know, what ain't over there gossiping, you know. And I seen my mom, you know, teach me like, hey, don't gossip. Hey, don't do this. Hey, don't do that. Hey, and she was very stern because she was a black woman, you understand me? Seeing what was going on in the 80s and the 90s, you know what I'm saying? She had to raise children, 6 children, you know what I'm saying? She was like, man, not only that, she had to raise 3 boys, and it was hard for her, you know what I'm saying? Because how can a woman raise a man?
True.
And it's everybody's, oh, we can do it, yeah. A woman's position is for nurturement and affection for the family,
Right.
for the household, the structure. The man is there to go out for discipline and protection and to help the mother parent. She had to do both. In the 80s, in the 90s, the city of San Antonio, you know, and so when I seen that and just growing up, I seen one of the things that my mom really loved doing was cooking.
Okay.
And I seen that cooking brought everybody together.
Right.
And we know this, we say that we hear this same cliche all the time, from here to Atlanta, from Florida to Russia. You know, cooking, you know, you can get anything with cooking, you know what I'm saying, bring everybody together, yeah, but it was an art to it. That's why they call it culinary arts.
True.
You know, you can be a cook and you can be a chef. You know, a chef understands the psychology of what goes on amongst his chefs. You know what I'm saying? He has that same feeling. He's gonna be one that I'm not gonna tell you to do it if you ain't saw me do it. A cook is just somebody there, like a person who has a job. I'm not trying to make this a career. This is just something that I do, and I'm living check to check. You see what I'm saying? and all that played a part with with seeing my mom. And you know, just growing up and seeing that and start cooking and start getting into the kitchen and trying to please her first.
Gotcha.
That's where it started with me.
Mm-hmm. So what you, and I started with your mom, so you overcame a lot because you saw the struggle in your mom and you just wanted to make things better for your family.
Yeah.
And your family got some history on the east side.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know about the Satellites, man. Your great-grandfather on the 20s, I studied about him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know I'm telling the
Yeah.
truth. Yeah, I studied about, because he was the first blacks on the east side over there. So,
They were
you know.
in Denver Heights.
Yeah, so I'll give you up. Y'all give up for the Satellites. Y'all the first blacks over there. And your grandfather fought for a lot over there.
And then, you know, the Johnsons in my families, you know, then it's a lot, you know, that enrichment of family, you know what I'm saying, just in unity, man, and just seeing so much. It's just, I don't know.
Yeah, so, I know as a child, so you hung out with your boys, your homies
Yeah.
and everything, you got yourself in a little altercation and thing,
Yeah.
and you beat yourself up out of that. And tell us a little bit about that, if you don't mind.
You know, when I speak of my incarceration, and I tell people, you know, don't just ask me what I went to prison for.
Right.
Don't ask what me and my brother went to prison for. Ask us what was our motive behind what we did. You know, we was young, we was dumb at the same time. We was dumb to those standards for that, but it was reality to us at that time. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people can say, you know, well, y'all was just out there doing, well, you don't know what we was routing for.
Right.
You don't know what we was shooting for. It was either me or them. You know, we was robbing because we was trying to help pay my mama bill.
True.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you just can't really say, oh, well, y'all was just out there reckless trying to spend money and splurge. Nah, you don't know what we was a product of our environment.
Right, yes, yeah.
And so with that, we accepted our licks. We went to prison, we went down together. I was 19, he was 17. It was hard on us because you're talking to some children who we was forced to be men. And we had a mom who loved us, who was at that time, we didn't even know that she had already had the first stages of cancer, brain, you know what I'm saying, brain tumors and cancer. And we just like, man, our mom was Wonder Woman, was Superman. She was to us and to me to this day, the true essence of what a black woman is, you know what I'm saying, because I seen her become the pillar of our community as far as, even though it may not have been wrong, it may not have been right in some people's eyes, but I've seen her feed dope fiends.
Right.
I've seen her feed prostitutes. I've seen her feed some of my sister's homegirls who was out there running fast.
Gotcha.
You see what I'm saying? I've seen the love. I've seen her hard, not, you want to say hard, but back then, if my sister's homegirl was a runaway, my mom was gonna say, you gonna sleep your head here and wash up.
Gotcha.
And I'm gonna take you home.
That's a blessing.
You see what I'm saying? So I seen that. And when we went away, you know, my mom never told me, and never told us, you know what I'm saying, she loved us until I didn't hear it till I was locked up. And the reason people like, oh, that's crazy, your mom, no, because she was being dad and mom. She didn't have a
She had a
chance.
choice.
So anytime we say, man, love your mom, she's like, all right. Because she understood that she had to play both roles and keep it going.
Yeah.
And when she finally told me she loved me, I was probably about 4 days before I caught Shane. And I think that was the most impactful, but yet the best gift that I had to hold on
Like
to.
hit you hard.
Yeah.
Hit you
I started
hard.
crying. when
Yeah, I
she said
figured
it.
that, yeah.
It's
And
like-
I can understand what you said about, you know, the environment, because, you know, I moved to Chicago when I was, Mississippi when I was like 7 or 8, but I'm there in the environment, but before that, I was in the projects, like when they see theft, good times,
Yeah.
the scene of those
Yeah.
projects, I was born in a project, not born, but when I was
Yeah.
born, I went to those projects.
Yeah.
And my mom stayed there about a year, but she moved us to a little home. But to make a long story short, after I went years in Mississippi, man, it was just different. The environment, the unity, is all love and everything. But when I went back to Chicago and I go to college, but at the same time I go to projects, me and my dad have a little issue. So you know how we grew up. So I get to the projects and the first thing I see and understand what these brothers doing because they taking care of the environment because at the time, cause no youngsters do nothing, no youngsters could sell drugs or nothing. They had to go to school. Then they had this one smart dude, I promise he was smart, but he was a gangbanger, but he was tutor the kids. And see, this is what they don't know. So they didn't allow these kids to do that. So anything you're gonna do, you're gonna watch out. So you're gonna get paid.
Yeah.
The kids in the project will clean the kids out there in the neighborhood. But to make a long story short, all those brothers used to always tell me, say, "Oh, Buddha man." Man, I said, bro, something I used to say all the time. I said, bro, you can change something. We can change some of the stuff we do. I said, man, Buddha man, you been in Mississippi too long.
Yeah.
You folk, I'm like, come on, bro. I said, man, these my block, folk. I'm down these block. 18 years old, 19. He said it right. He did. And but they did what they did to survive.
Yeah.
They did what they did, but what I loved about it, they had that unity.
Yeah.
You were not coming in that environment without us knowing who you are. And see, it take us to struggle to be together. Because we got money, we dumb, we stupid, we ignorant. Ain't that a fool? But when we struggle, we all come together. When we got money, we don't know nobody.
Nobody. No.
And that's how it was in the projects, and that what taught me that being in a project, man, they loved everybody, man. You're not about to come over here and get nobody. Police come, everybody know. Birthday comes, everybody in the project celebrating your birthday. You got a big old cake about half size of this table, I promise you. You got 4 cases.
Yeah.
4 cases of old English man, about 4
Yeah.
5. I promise you, everybody enjoying your birthday. And I'm looking like, wow.
And that's how it was here. You know, I don't know, my thing is I'm gonna be very transparent and real because a lot of people have to be trying to, you wanna glorify the negativity, but and when I say negativity, oh man, we was doing this and we was shooting up this and we were doing all that, yeah, but what you were saying in the midst of the struggle.
They didn't know. The brothers were praying for the funeral.
Talk about the right that the hood was doing.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? Like you couldn't come like it was just in San Antonio, East Harris, Rigby, Wheaton Courts. You could not drive up in there and just drive.
Yeah, because this is our family.
Yeah, and people gonna stop you.
Right, because this is our
You
family.
see?
Yeah, this is our family.
And so
that's a beautiful
and
thing.
that was one of the things that I loved about not just the east side, but about San Antonio where I was from. And that's something that I took down when I was incarcerated.
Okay.
You know, first diversity, second unity,
Okay.
third, because he's the underdog don't mean that he's bad. You know what I'm saying? And so it was times when I was incarcerated that people, even San Antonio, whatever, I didn't care who you were, black, white, or Hispanic, I'm gonna look out for you. And I was always wondering why, like I was going against the grain of what was supposed to be going on down there. You know what I'm saying? You got blacks over there, whites over there. It ain't just how I rock. Because I remember being on, as times changed, so I remember being on a unit. And I remember telling a dude like, man, it was a Hispanic brother and it was black. Hispanic brother gonna say the N-word just like black one.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. I've seen
My
that.
thing,
weird too.
yeah, but my thing in prison when I was down there, you know what I'm saying, when they was ready to, the blacks against Hispanics, guess what I tell them? I say, y'all was just eating together the other day.
Right.
Matter of fact, you, Hispanic, y'all was just saying, what up, my nigga, whatever, all day, every day. Y'all was letting them slide. But because now some penitentiary rule is in effect to where if somebody crossed the line, now y'all wanna kill each other. Now we wanna trip, they wanna be blood of Crips against this and this and this, but you let him walk around and say the N-word all day.
True. Okay.
And you say it all day, so how about we do this? How about we squash this BS? And Mr. Hispanic brother, wherever you from, how about the next time I see you say the N-word, we smash you off the unit.
Okay.
Do you see what I'm saying? The
Yeah,
ideology.
Right.
It'd be so backwards.
Right.
And so when I seen myself make moves like that on the units that I was on,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Even if it was small, I said, man, you know what? I gotta come home and be a better man. I gotta be able to move the torch forward because I'm not hearing. And trust me, everybody, shout out to all my brothers and sisters in white in the Texas Penitentiary. Man, wherever they from, you hear everything that go on in the streets. Independence Central. I don't care if I'm way over up in Abilene and West Texas.
Yeah, that's how it was in Chicago.
I'm
And
gonna
that was the day when the phone booth used to work. Remember you
Yeah.
called the phone? Because in prison, you called the street phone booth, they may not have call coming to 4:30.
Yeah.
Don't answer their phone dial. But you know, those were crazy times. You're right, man. And I was laughing because my cousin came in. He did some things he had no business. He ended up in Bear County.
Mm-hmm.
So after he get out, he got bonded out and everything. So he went on, but he was talking to me and my brother in the garage. He said, "Hey, Buddha." That's how he talked. He said, "Hey, Buddha, Bob." We said, "What?" You know, chip and something. He said, "Man, look, I'm sitting up in here, right?" I said, "Yeah, I'm alive. I'm hearing this dude just keep saying, Nick. You know, he said, "Yeah, but I'm looking back. He's in this Spanish dude calling his other brother. He said, I'm from Chicago. What they do this?"
Yeah.
It was funny how he said it, but I'm like, for real, like, yeah, but I gotta get what you're saying, but at the same time, it's the unity and unification that we all need to have for each other. Because I feel if something happened in this world, we're gonna some way, somehow all unite together. I mean,
Yep.
for real.
You're gonna have
You
to,
know, if
you're
y'all
gonna have
saw,
to.
that movie with
Especially the black and
Schwarzenegger
brown.
Yeah, black and brown.
Yeah,
You're gonna have to.
Especially black and brown.
yeah, we're gonna, it's, because it's literally a lot of things that's going on with, with the internet thing, with Monique and to me, with Kevin, these are all smoke screens to me.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Something's going on behind the curtain. You know, if we don't pay attention, then we're gonna get lost up in their issues and their business instead of paying attention to what's surrounding us, because we surviving off little and much. You know what I'm saying? But they, and it bothers me that I see black people on social media like Cat Williams and I know y'all wanna speak y'all truth and things like that, but they're just showing other cultures that, you some even like black folks out here, boy. Y'all can't get along. I ain't never seen Mickey Gilley, argue with Kenny Rogers, you know what I'm saying? I wrote that. So, that's what I'm saying. Why, Steph Safani argue with this, you know what I'm saying? And it's just crazy, you know what I'm saying? Miley Cyrus. So I think the point is, and what I appreciate you, the reason why I brought that up, because I seen hands-on what you and your brother do for the community. So I just want to talk a little bit about that. And we had a great job. I mean, we had a great time. We had a wonderful time. Everything was good. It was peace. It was a blessing just to see those children and see what you do for the community. So tell us, how did that start? You and your brother.
Well, the World Elite Incorporation, me and my brother, there's three of us.
Okay.
Charles is Dietrich and me. The World Elite, and then Charles runs the San Antonio Rising Star. Man, it was, you wanna know the truth how it started?
Yeah.
We want the truth.
This is real truth. I've been home this year, makes 11 years I've been home from incarceration.
All right.
Yeah, I
You just got out.
got a few more years, you know what I'm saying, and still on parole. you
Right,
know.
yeah.
The truth. So my brother Charles, he wanted to start he wanted to start a nonprofit, right? We was talking like, hey, I just come home in 2014. He was like, man, what about a nonprofit? What about a nonprofit? Let's do this, you know what I'm saying? Try to change, you know what I'm saying? Because the kids ain't outside. And I was like, you home before me, where the kids at? Where they got the backpack giveaways and they got all this and all that. But it ain't like how it was when the YMCA was jumping.
Right.
Every kids look forward to going in the mornings, go to any school, go eat breakfast. Make sure you be back there at lunch, because they would usually do breakfast and lunch on summers. And
Right, yeah.
we'd be running around, riding bikes and everything.
Yeah,
I didn't see none of it.
They took those programs away, and see,
Yeah.
now I learned, looked at the news, I think about 5 months ago, 6 months ago, if I'm wrong. They put a lot of money towards the police, then all of a sudden, I looked a couple hours later, they closed 15 schools down. I said, what just happened?
Yeah, what's that?
And it was in the mix like that. Yeah, the police got funded for 13 million, and like, yeah, we closed down 15 schools. I said, oh, yeah, there go the 13 million right there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There you go, right there. And they was closing down quick. The lady said, okay, y'all close, she said, y'all closing down these schools, but why y'all closing them down so quick?
They're not paying teachers.
That school be
Not
closed
paying the
next week?
teachers nothing.
Huh?
They're
Not
paying
even
teachers.
compensating the teachers.
Yeah.
Ooh,
And like you said, it's a smoke screen, but we'll get to that.
yeah.
Yep.
And so it
We'll
cost.
touch back on that, because I can tell you, it's some stuff that I see when I go towards the ranch. It's great.
Yeah.
Um, but the nonprofits came. My brother, he wanted to start a nonprofit, so he wound up, you know what I'm saying, life happened,
Yeah.
and he wound up, you know, having a tragic moment.
Okay.
And from the hospital bed, you know, he put the plan together, and me and him executed it. You know what I'm saying, as far as getting it off the ground.
Gotcha.
I had no intent on coming home to be no. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I did not come home to try to be no chef. I didn't come home to be no nonprofit. I did not come home. My aspirations when I came home was to write my books, work at a warehouse,
Gotcha.
and take care of my
Working a
children.
daily job and just
That's
being
it.
a man. That's it.
I wasn't trying to be podcast. I wasn't trying to be in nobody's
Kitchen.
Well, I love the
Yeah,
kitchen.
yes. You just want to be in your own kitchen. You know,
Yeah.
I see.
I knew chefs growing up. Chef John Hernandez knew his family very well, and he gave me my first job. I was not trying to be a chef, but I had already pursued college while I was incarcerated.
Gotcha.
And I was so good at it, he's like, man, look, you have what you have, and you're smart. They're not going to respect you. Just gonna be real with you, Father. He was like, they're not gonna respect you unless you get that paper behind you. You got it. You got the talent. You got the passion.
Gotcha.
And everything. But if I was to put you or promote you with these other chefs, the first thing somebody gonna whisper in my ear, or somebody else said, you know, you've been locked up. You know, you just came home. You know how they do it.
Ignorant.
You can't never get past what they
That
call
part,
the
that
X on
part.
the back.
The excellent. Oh,
And so I went to college, worked 2 jobs, maintained my family, went to college, graduated 2017.
congratulations.
Congratulations.
That's what I was saying about giving up like this.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, cutting you off. Go ahead.
And I went and did that. In the process of still doing that, we were building San Antonio Rising Stars. And then I woke up and had God gave me an epiphany, like a vision. I ain't gonna lie to you. I woke up and maybe it was in my spirit. And you know how you go to sleep, and I woke up and it's like God whispered everything that needed to be done. And He's like, "You gonna do a junior chef competition? It's gonna have this. You gonna have this. You gonna do it here. Just how you gonna do it."
Everything in order, just going in order.
And I woke up and I was saying it. I was saying it and I was repeating it, and it was so much in my spirit. It was thumbprinted in my spirit. I swear. My wife at the time, I woke up and I remember waking up and turning to her. She was in the bed and I was like, "Hey, look, God, da 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 da." First thing she says is, "How we gonna do all that?" I was like, "I don't know," but God told me to do it.
Right.
And I remember when I went into the restroom after I finished getting my hygiene and everything together. I just happened to look on Facebook at this time. You know, I was new to it, and Mr. Burrell Palmer, one of my directors of my company now, Mr. Burrell Palmer, I was just meeting him, and I called him, and I said, "Hey, this is what I got." You know, he's like, he never said, "I don't know you," or "we'll think about it." He was like, "Well, whatever you down, whatever you come up with, let's do it."
Right.
And I was like, "You sure?" He like, "Let's do it. Put the plan together. Let's do it. And I'll see what I can do." And from there, we had the first annual junior chef competition at San Francisco High School. 24 students.
Oh wow, that's good. You started with 24. You start, and that's good for 24 at 24.
Yeah,
that's
24,
good.
that's good.
Yeah.
24. Yeah.
Man, it was profound because it was unheard of.
Right. That's what I was saying.
What you see
Right.
on Food Network in 30 minutes to an hour is what you see at my junior chef competitions in 3 hours. Not only that, you had to categorize, because the only obstacle that I had the first year was the staff at San Francisco High School.
Okay.
You know why?
Okay.
This is where we get, and we need to be, because what y'all call it?
We never bluff
We
it.
never
I
bluff
ain't gonna
it.
sit up here and sugarcoat nothing, cause I'm like my famous statement is, I'm an angel to some and the devil to others, and you best believe those who call me I'm the devil, ask them, have I not been an angel to them first?
Exactly.
Right?
That's the thing.
And that's real.
And it's always the thing, and that's crazy.
Sam Houston High School, this new generation of Sam Houston High School, that staff didn't believe in their children. And I'm gonna say it again.
Say it again.
In 2014, 2015, 2016, Sam Houston High School, and I may catch some slack for this, I don't care. That staff at that time did not care about, I don't care if they were gangbanging or they were squares. You didn't care about your children. Because here was somebody, alumni, coming back and coming to you with a program that all I wanted to do was use the facility. Use the facility. Y'all have a brand new kitchen. I didn't even know y'all had it. Let's bring these children and instill in them some work ethics, right? That was the only obstacle I had because I remember one time they had me, I wanted to talk to the principal. They had me set up there for 2.5 to 3 hours
Wow.
to deny me.
Oh.
And I said, I'm gonna come back the next day. I said, let me talk to your culinary teacher at the time. And it was Chef Cruz, and he right now he works underneath Chef Geronimo Lopez, a good brother. I love him to death. Because he was the only one through the obstacle to bust down and like, hey look, he's trying to do this. The next time when I talked to him, he was like, you really trying to? I said, yeah. At this time, Chef Johnny Hernandez, Chef Johnny was LaFlorida, all that he's very known. He had just started opening restaurants around the world. He started his reach in the city of San Antonio, and what he does for the South Side and the West Side is very profound for the culinary world, right? When I tell them, okay, I got Chef Johnny Hernandez. They said, all right, whatever, yeah, we know, we just seen him on TV and everything. They think I'm lying. I call Chef Johnny. Chef Johnny said, I'm on my way in from Mexico. Cause he's checking on, he said, I'm on my way in. He said, I'm not gonna go to the restaurant. I'm flying in from the airport. I will meet you at Sam Houston High School so you can get a run on.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there.
Me and him meet up at Sam Houston High School, walk in. Everybody. Chef Johnny here.
There you go, y'all, you coming in. Bro,
They got him with them.
Now they can see me,
Right.
and now they can hear me. Then we start getting everything together. Now they see it, I'm for real. Because again, so many people play on, and especially on the east side, and I'm gonna say it, it's very few organizations that's really, really about
take
the
care of
community.
Exactly.
Everybody else wants just for the money.
Yeah, the check coming
Exactly.
waving their hand like, like Birdman.
And at that time, you have very few district councilmen and everybody who they had their hands tied because it was like they want to do something and they can do what they could, and I respect all of them.
That's a good thing.
But when we had the junior chef competition that first year, man, it was profound. It was something out of this world. And I said, God, what next? Because it was one of those things where, oh yeah, this is just a 1 year thing. You know how we do it.
Right.
That's just 1 year.
Right, that's what they thought.
We going into 9 years.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying? Nine successful years. Now watch this. Benny Keith, distribution, which is one of the major distributions in the food industry.
Okay.
Cisco, you may see the Benny Keith
Yes.
at restaurants, right? They have, at the time they had a their distribution center was not in Selma, it was off of Ridderman Road.
Okay.
Right there where you pass HB Warehouse and to your right.
Oh,
right,
yeah.
Yeah,
correct.
the parking
Yeah,
district.
Yeah, in the park, yes.
Okay.
That was Benny Keith.
Okay.
The head man who run all of pretty much Texas and the South of that, he got word, he got to say. I walked in his office because I called him. I had his business card. The name is Mr. Pierce, Doig Pierce. And I remember setting up an interview with him, like, man, you know, appointment, I said, let's speak with you, you know what I'm saying? I just want to talk to you about the junior chef competition I got going on. Now I have solidified, I have locked in the venue. Now I need to get these kids some clothes. We sit down, we talk, I give them my spiel. I tell them, like I'm telling you now, like, there's nothing going on for these kids need to change.
Right.
I wanna introduce them, I wanna take the culinary aspect and introduce life skills to them through the culinary world. He sat back, he was looking, he grabbed, he says, you know, Mr. Williams, he said, you sound good. Now mind you, I'm taking a risk, I'm not knowing, he said, you sound good. He said, I have a stack right here, this stack of paper, look, it was a big old stack. He said, this is a stack of requests that I get almost every day since the beginning of the year. Now mind you, when I made this request, it was almost, we had it in July, so I wanna say it was like May.
Okay.
He said, it was a big stack. He said, these are requests that people request for products, what can Benny keep sponsor, all this stuff. So he says, over 100, 200 pages. He said, you know how many of these I honor? Like 5, 10, 20? He said 0.
Damn.
Wow.
He says, you know why? He says, because they come requesting, they don't wanna make a partnership, they don't wanna, they just want to get their fix for right then and there.
Yeah.
He says, and I have to protect what we fail to
You have to protect that
realize.
brand.
Right.
We got to say it again.
You have to
Protect
protect
your
that
brand.
I gotta protect the brand on who I donate to, because I don't be, who's to say what they'll do
With
with
the,
the Benny Keith name.
exactly.
And I'm just like, whoa.
Open up 20 bank accounts for you.
Yeah.
It's in your name.
Yeah.
And I was like, in my mind, I'm like, okay, God, if you don't honor it, it is what it is. I guess gotta keep pressing on, right? Cause at that time, my family would tell you, I was working 2 jobs, I would pay all my bills, take care of my family, then whatever I invested in myself. I even took my student loan money and stuff and invested in, put all that money towards my nonprofit.
So you just took the money that you had, you just
Yeah.
took it back and put it back in the community.
And that's it.
So you help building, so you're seeding, just like the seed you were just talking about with the watermelon.
Yeah.
So now you're building another seed from that seed that
That's
developed
it.
within you. Now you're building something else, but it ain't about you this time.
Yeah.
It's about building what's around you, what you grew up in, to make sure that they didn't have to go through the same poverty that you went through, so they can, so you can, because a lot of children, parents go through a lot these days. And you know what I'm saying, they go through a lot, trying to keep up. People keep saying Jones is now trying to keep up with Bill.
Yeah.
You know,
That's it.
John gone, Bill,
Yeah.
Bill's still around, you know. And this is why kids need things like that to keep them, the mind function. Because like you were speaking about, you know, the YMCA, y'all had that. I remember those days. And those were the funds was going into the community.
And that's drowning out now
Yeah,
too.
giving new computers. Even used to be basketball players,
But-
football, giving out, you remember they used to do, they don't even do that no more.
No.
I haven't seen that in a long time since, what's that boy name played for the Spurs, what's his
You
name?
had Tim Duncan,
Yeah, Tim Duncan, I ain't seen it since Tim Duncan.
Yeah.
I ain't seen no computer give out since Tim Duncan. And I'm looking at this like, what is this community doing to each of these cities and states, because it's not just here. This is
It's
going
all
on
over. It's all over.
everywhere. And I'm looking at the news in Chicago, and I'm just looking at how sad it is. These kids are going to neighborhoods that it was like, I mean, beautiful at the time when I was there. Man, they hitting them up. And I'm like, this is getting crazy, because you're not giving these kids no type of, leeway out. Only thing you're doing is just study, moving them back.
Or even a chance to be a kid.
Yeah, and they ain't gonna get no chance to be a kid. I don't know if y'all saw that YouTube where the lady got in the car. She said, that little Brandon, he with the other little homeboy, he was walking, and she got out the car, she had on white pants. She said, boy, come here. And he said, come here. She said, you don't harm me, I know your mama. And she raised up the thing, he had a 9mm. He was 10 years old, 11. She said, boy, you ain't number, I think she said, 11 years old, what are you doing here? I just carry it. She said, that's the problem. You gonna carry this, we're gonna be carrying your body. He said, let me tell your mama. So she, this is what they trying to build back in the community, but at the same time, it takes funds for the community. Every celebrity now is watching out for every celebrity. I remember celebrities used to get together when they had the Lena Horns and when they had the James Browns, and all of them came together to build. Ain't no more of them. Everybody got chains and money on their side now. No, this mine, you know what I'm saying? I see certain things like Kodak Black, you know, me and Hip Out. He's about to get out of jail, by the way, so he's about to go rehab. Need to, brother. You know what I'm saying? But you know, and people don't help our communities anymore. They get to see a check, they see a big check, they snap in half of it and get a little bit back.
Yeah.
And that's why thank you for what you're doing in the San Antonio community, because we don't just it takes more than just you. You know, it takes a hand across America. Y'all remember that back in the day?
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's what it takes, a hand across America to keep doing what you're doing. So tell us about what else, what other things, you know, events you got coming up.
I got the junior chef competition, 9th annual junior chef competition.
When is that?
July 27th.
Okay.
That's at the neighborhood place, the kitchen campus. Again, 9 years.
Where's the kitchen campus?
It's in the neighborhood places. It's the neighborhood place off of Reaver Street, 3014 Reaver Street.
Well, we know
On
we'll
the
see it,
west
'cause
side.
we all gonna share at Never
Yeah.
BLUFFIN Entertainment.
I would love to have y'all there.
Oh, yes, we'll be
of course,
there.
Come on out. You can even set the podcast up. You'll come out there and talk to the kids.
Yes.
You know, that would be very, very much interactive, you know.
Oh, yes, we would love
DJ
to.
Hawk has a word back.
Yeah.
How can we get involved?
Well, DJ Hope, you know,
With our World
I
Reality
will,
Foundation.
talk to you after we finish this here, cause I would try to see how you can be the DJ for
Yeah.
the 9th annual junior chef.
That's what he
competition.
like. He said, "Yeah, that's the best of all the deeds, man."
It's a lead of DJs, you know what I'm saying, that I deal with, so I would like to ask, you know what I'm saying, can you do that for me this year, you know?
You got it.
Let's talk business, you know, let's pour back into the community.
Yes.
Not only that, I have the 9th annual, because everything is.
The night, because you've been doing it so long now, everything had, you know.
And to get back to back,
Yeah,
it's
back to
it's a Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Yes.
Man, and
That was our
great,
first
man.
time there.
And we'll let y'all know, D-Hawk was talking about them beans.
The green beans.
The green beans. It wasn't really green, but he almost
Trying to make me
he was
make
sitting
them.
next to me, almost tore his finger off. Boo, get you some more green beans over there beside you. I said, they got some over there. They'll bring some more. And they brought some more too.
Yeah.
Legacy, you need to say, yeah, some more beans. Yeah, so,
My team is very, very good, man.
yeah, that was good food. I had to give it up.
Yes.
Everything was set out beautiful. Yeah, here, serve yourself, enjoy yourself, get full. That's what it was all
Those
about.
peanuts was
It
good,
wasn't
too.
about now
Yes.
get them. Look, you weighing the food out. Talking about that's 30 milligrams. You give them too much. Man, you see y'all set it
Yeah.
out so wonderful. It was great, and we want to thank y'all for inviting us to the show. And we had a great time, man.
Took food
And
home.
seeing the
It was nice
smiles on
food.
these children's faces, and
That's what it's
I know all that's dedicated to your nephew. You know what I'm saying? And many, you know, blessings to your brother nephew, because he wants to see you. And thank y'all for keeping his dream alive, and that's what's so good. And we want to thank you, Chef Milas, for being on the Game Room podcast here. And we want to say it was a blessing having you, blessing to know you, and we're ready for the next events that you got going on. And so we want to say, everybody, the Never BLUFFIN family, we want to say thank y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Come on, Never BLUFFIN.
And thank you for our support, for
Yeah,
supporting
thank
us.
you. Yeah, go ahead.
You know.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'll come in here.
Yeah,
Thank
go
you for
ahead.
supporting us, Chef.
Thank you.
You know, when we met you, I knew we was gonna be connected forever.
Thank you, thank you.
You know, we just appreciate
Oh,
you.
you know what? We got one more event coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Recently, February 17th.
Well, let the people know that.
Yeah,
Okay, February 17th.
February 17th. We're partnering with World Leading Corporation. San Antonio Rising Stars partner with Mother Lost Child.
Okay.
Mother Lost Child is doing a Sky Lantern event at the Woodline Park, and it's going to be from 5:30 to 7:30. We're going to actually light a light for those who have lost someone in their family.
Okay.
It could be mothers, it could be just a family just coming out, man. Just
That's
come
what
out and
you're saying,
support.
yeah.
And
Never
we have
BLUFFIN
Sky
and World
Lantern
Reality
that's
will
gonna
be
for-
there.
that's for
We'll
the
be there.
family, you
Yeah,
know.
and it's called, can we give it again? What's it called?
It's Mother Lost Child.
Mother Lost Child. Y'all remember that Mother Lost Child?
Mother Lost Child nonprofit organization is hosting a Gift of Life Sky Lantern event February 17th
Okay.
That's gonna
at
be
Woodline
beautiful.
Park, from 5:30 to 7:30.
That's next weekend.
That's next weekend.
Yeah, okay.
And you can contact either Latoya Thomas, you can contact Miss Beverly,
Okay.
who actually owns and operates Mother Lost Child. You can look them up on social media
Gotcha.
and get in contact, and you can see, look on World Elite page, World Elite Incorporation page, and you can see the flyer.
All right.
Okay, perfect.
Well, y'all give it up now. to Milas, San Antonio zone. We want to say thank you again. Many blessings to your endeavors. And we can't wait to get to that Thanksgiving thing again, man.
Yeah, I know
can
we
see
do
it all in front of my face, looking good. Yes.
I'm gonna have you in the kitchen cooking this year.
Yeah.
Nothing like that.
Oh,
Green beans, green beans.
My arthritis really done bothered. It just can't pick up too much of nothing. But a fork or a spoon,
That's it.
that's all it can pick up. See there, see, look at every time you talk about clean, you look at it get locked up.
Oh,
Look
man.
at that. Talk about food. Look at that. Look at that. Clean.
Cooking.
Food. Clean. Look, I'm gonna stop it. You're getting too much. I'm gonna clean up a plate. That's why I'm gonna clean up a good old.
Yeah.
But it's good to have you.
Yeah.
May God bless everyone who listens to the Gameroom podcast and is presented by Never Bluffin Entertainment. And we want to let y'all know May 18th we have the first annual R&B Love Fest. So make sure y'all get those tickets and VIPs on sale right now. And make sure y'all be at the after party at Club Horizon May 18th. And it's going down. And this is all going good for Never Bluffin Entertainment. So y'all give it up for Never Bluffin. And get the things together. Bring the community together to enjoy good music, not that whack music today. Because I don't know what these fools talking about anymore. I don't know what music, no. I don't even know if rap music no more. And I'm like, that's rap. But like, no, that's somebody singing.
Yeah.
And I just rap, no, it ain't. But we're going to bring the old school back, and they're going to bring it back for everyone to enjoy themselves this summer. And they got other things coming up soon. So y'all stay tuned. And y'all follow us on Never Bluffin Entertainment page, YouTube channel, and on Spotify and Apple Radio. Should be on there too as well. So we want to thank y'all, and God bless y'all, and y'all have a blessed night. Peace.